Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm going to review Season 2 of Close Enough. And this is a Cartoon Network HBO Max series from J.G. Quintel, who made Regular Show, which the joke is that show's anything but regular. And Close Enough feels like Regular Show in the sense that each episode has a crazy plot to it. This one specific idea, they run with it, and it could get really, really crazy and outworldly, or sci-fi, fantasies, twists and turns, or just like absurdist. But like with the first season of Close Enough, what I really appreciate about this show and what Quintel does differently with this than in the regular show, I know towards like into season 7 and later they started making connections and character building in regular show, which at that point it just became too repetitive for me, so I never really got that far into the show. But with Close Enough, you get a sense of these characters are growing, it's centered on a family, it feels more relatable. You have this husband and wife, Josh and Emily. J.G. Quintel voices Josh, who's Mordecai from regular show, and Gabrielle Walsh, who's Emily, and they have their daughter. And it's just, you have this family dynamic. They're a little family living in an apartment in this larger apartment building, and you have their landlord and her adopted son, who's kind of like a mess up, and then you have this other couple living there, played by Jason Mantzoukas and Kamiko Glenn. You have Alex and Brigitte, and they all have all these crazy adventures, and this season definitely had a lot more episodes focusing on the other characters, because you had this, like the adopted son getting his whole entire arc, where you find out that his parents weren't dead, they were actually thieves who stole gasoline out of cars and then became frackers. And like building off of that idea, and it gets so absurd because it drills a giant sinkhole, but it's still dealing with a lot of political commentary and family drama. And that's what the show does so well, is balance the family ideas and the very relatable human elements to bigger commentaries on society, politics, technology, and different stuff like that. And it has the crazy plots that get you roped in. And like the first episode's so relatable because like Josh tries to pick up his daughter and hurts his back, so then he starts going to the gym. But he gets to the gym and wants to become an absolute unit. And ridiculous comedy like that really makes this show shine, because absolute unit's ridiculous, and like only one person's ever made there and he died. And like this craziness, and he becomes like giant. And there's episode with time travel where you have Alex trying to go back and fix his relationship and meets up with a whole bunch of himself, and how they all wind up together at the end is very strange and just absurdist and surrealist. And you have all these different ideas like time travel and like taking on sexism. And one of my favorite skits, because each episode's split into two pieces, this one episode focusing on Alex writing a novel, which was an erotic Viking novel. He writes it, sends it in, the woman publisher loves it, finds out it's a man, vomits. It's disgusting because a man wrote this, but if a woman wrote it, it would be so much better. And so then you have like the ghostwriter kind of situation, but he gets replaced by an artificial intelligence. And that is so funny and relevant because the internet does that all the time. I've listened to AC/DC songs written by computers, and honestly, they sound like AC/DC songs, and you're just like, oh my god. And it was so funny with the gags and everything. It has its unique look to it, similar to regular show. It has the family elements, the different commentary, the absurdist storylines, and for 8 episodes, it is a great fun time. I laughed. I really appreciated the commentary and the relatable themes, and all the fun references. Like, there's basically a Goodfellas reference for most of an episode, and you just have a blast with this show. Go check it out on HBO Max. But those are my thoughts on Season 2 of Close Enough. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies and TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.